G'day everyone, Matt from Nevermind Adventure Tours here again. No, I'm not having a beer on a Sunday morning. I filmed this on Friday Arvo, and I thought I'll just schedule it for Sunday so people don't get too just sick of me really. I thought I'd like to just talk about Sri Lanka really, because we've got quite a few places available, probably four places available for March. And I'm pretty keen to get you guys there. And I guess, you really got to think about, if you haven't been there, it's a very special place. There's a reason we go there several times a year. The people are very special. They're very gentle and kind, generous, and just warm. And the hospitality's amazing. You just don't have any run-ins with the locals there. They're just so welcoming. They want us there. That tourism is a big thing for the Sri Lankans. So, they do it very well. They're very good at it, and they do really treat you as a guest. It's amazing. But it's just a beautiful country. Like, it's the size of Tassie. But it's just so diverse. It's a tropical island, so you've got those beautiful tropical beaches all the way. You've got mountains like the Himalayas, like really high mountains. You're riding up through the clouds, and then, the next day you're on a tropical beach swimming, and then you're riding through the jungle, and there's wild elephants, and the wildlife's amazing, leopards, and, it's just, it's got everything. And I love it when people, particularly if you haven't travelled with us before, I love it when you book Sri Lanka as your first trip, because I know you're coming back. It's like sometimes with the Himalayas, people book it and they go and do it and go, Matt, fantastic, but I'm done. It was too much for them. It doesn't look, it's rare, but it can be a bit rugged, I guess, and that's what you signed up for. But Sri Lanka, 100%, 150% of the time people come back. I know that doesn't make sense, but that's how confident I am in that particular ride as a first ride with us. We take people who have just recently got their licenses. I've taken people like Bruce and Ian from Perth that have been riding for about 100 years, and 100 years between them, not each, but probably longer actually, and we're just blown away by the place. So it's just, the seafood, prawns like this big, like the size of one of those big Cavendish bananas, and you only need one, and they cook it fresh up on the barbecue for you, straight off the boat. Just, it's just, my mouth's watering talking about it. It's that sort of stuff just blows your mind. There's some of the places we've found over there, we've done it a lot, I can't tell you how many laps of Sri Lanka I've done now, and I think, just really got to, it's always been great, but it just keeps getting better, and 2026 and 2027 are going to be even better than this year. So jump on and check it out. Guaranteed you'll love it. It's I don't know what else to say. You can talk about. At the moment they're experiencing some of the worst floods in their history. They've been through the ringer. There was a tsunami in 2004, civil wars. They've had political, instability. But they love tourists there, so there's nothing to worry about. There's never been an issue with the tourists. Sometimes they kick off with each other, but that happens everywhere. It happens more in Australia than it happens there. If I be honest, I think, I feel safer walking around there at 2 o'clock in the morning than I do walking down the streets of Geelong. So, and that's fact. So check out Sri Lanka. You will love it, and it's great for them. They're good people. They deserve for us to keep going there. They deserve. They do so much for us. They do so much for their guests. So jump on board. www.nevermindadventuretours.com. Just click on the Sri Lanka, get your booking form in, and win the beach cruiser. We're valued at $5,000. You go into the draw. We'll draw that out Wednesday. So jump on there, and you'll also get one of these cool books with some a bit of history of we've got all sorts of stuff coming your way. So you want one of these? Sign up, and there's also some other stuff we throw in. So You can't go wrong. You'll love it. You really will. So www.nevermindadventuretours.com.au. See you there.